Damn, I was trying to do that as long as I could until Nick was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you even trying to do?" You didn't see me what I was doing. I was like doing the Chinatown thing. It was like
That's
so we've been on a bit of a hiatus. I think our last episode was the Super Bowl, the week after the Super Bowl.
Was it before? I think you and Wilson did one after the Super Bowl because I know
Wilson and I did a bunch of them where we were just like I was coming on hammered. I just get on here, and Wilson would already have it going, and I'd just be like, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember.
I think that was around around the Super Bowl was our last one.
Yeah, here I just looked up. Episode 50 was our last one. Super Bowl episode, spelled incorrectly. Just one short of matching 1 for 1 with Super Bowl LI. Let's shoot the bull. No idea what any of that means. I even hashtag bowel movement. I look very inebriated in here. It had a total of 3 views. It lasted 50 minutes. And you were actually on it, Nick. So yeah.
All right.
But this is episode 51. We have not recorded one in 2 months. The last episode we did was February 1st. Definitely we took a pretty long break. You know, we did a full year of episodes. Didn't get a whole lot of traction. I'm hoping maybe we can start this full year off a little bit better and do some things. I'm actually going to start and I'm going to get a editing software and start making some movies. You know, all those videos you see where it's like a movie scene and it has 2 players' heads on or something like that, like talking and doing stuff. I'm going to start making a few of those. The first one I think I have in my mind is a elderly Tom Brady playing football. So we're gonna see what happens.
Like Bad Grandpa, where he was just a bad. You could put him on like Uncle Drew and basketball.
That's pretty much. I'm probably gonna like grab like a Bad Grandpa one or something like that, make it Tom Brady. But I think that's one of the things I want to do some creative, kind of help us on social media, because we know memes are a big thing in this world. Nick and I love them.
Memes.
We share memes back and forth all day.
And you know what? I know there's some people that pronounce them memes.
They're not. They're memes.
And you know what? I can't even say anything because up until like 2 years ago, I was still calling them memes.
Memes.
Which
that's like a
now I say it just in. It's like a catch-21. I just say it to say it.
That guy. But this episode, we don't plan on it being a whole lot. We're kind of getting our bearings straight after taking 2 months off. March Madness was a big part of our lives.
Gigantic, man.
It has been a good NCAA tournament so far. But
so, all right, what have you done cool during the break? We both went to Vegas.
Yep, I gambled on March Madness in Vegas.
I gambled on the ACC tournament and lost. Fuck you, Villanova too. So
I went to San Diego. That was a big thing. And other than that, it's just kind of been focusing on little Eleanor.
Oh yeah.
And just living my life to the best abilities I can.
Live my life.
Oh. Nick and I are going to go through a creative crisis and figure out where we want the show to go to. But we're going to stick to football. So the Draft Bus Crew is going to the draft at the end of April, which is pretty soon. I mean, I guess that's about 4 weeks too.
Yep. 4 weeks from tomorrow, we'll be up there.
We'll probably do a live show. We're not going to have any swag this year. We gave all that out last year.
No, man, I think I still have.
We have business cards.
I have a shit ton of business cards.
I think we can take those. But as far as like koozies, I'm keeping the 3 I got.
Yeah. You want to make shirts? You want to make a shirt?
I want to. I thought about getting like polo shirts and wearing them.
I'm not going to wear a polo.
Like getting a golf shirt and just getting it sewn on there?
Well, golf, yeah. But
what's on the draft? I'm not talking about like a button up.
I just want a T-shirt with the logo on the back.
We'll look at ordering some. Maybe we can get some way on Twitter. But tonight, the main focus, we're going to talk about free agency. You know, what have been the best signings so far. Who's really good left? AP's still out there. Somebody's going to sign him. And then, of course, some other news. Some things came out of the owners' meetings. Mainly Knicks, Oakland Raiders moving to Las Vegas in like 35 years.
Yeah. Did you see John Rahm's tweet?
Hmm.
So the punter.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I just broke up with you, but I'm gonna need to stay here for a while.
I just broke up to you, but I'm gonna stay here in your apartment for 2 more years until my girlfriend finishes building her house. That's something else. So Nick, we'll just kick it right into and talk about what are some good signings that you've seen so far coming across. Like who's going to make a good first year impact?
I really, it's funny. One of the first ones that signed, I think he technically signed before free agency, was Brandon Marshall. I think him changing locker rooms up there in New York is huge for him.
I honestly thought he was going to retire.
Yeah, I mean, he still got paid pretty well. But I really think that's going to help. One, now he didn't show any big decline in the past 2 years. I know last year he didn't have such a great year, but Eric Decker was going on year. But I think with him, Odell Beckham Jr. and Sterling Shepard, that is phenomenal. That's like one of the best wide receiver corps in football now.
Well, they have the ultimate interception machine now with Eli Manning and Geno Smith on the same team.
Yeah.
So they either gonna have touchdowns or INTs, one of the two.
Hey, no, but I really think he is probably that leadership around that younger offense that they kind of need. So I really like that one.
He definitely could help out Odell for sure. Looking to it, and that was a weird one too, because I thought you couldn't sign until tomorrow, but he had already signed prior to it going through, or before the day starting or whatever. Just like looking at it, and I mean, there's so many signings and actually big names that went through, and just trying to see like what's happened. And I don't have like one set person to where it's like, oh yeah, that person's going to be great. But I will say Martellus Bennett going to the Packers is going to be phenomenal for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's going to definitely replace the.
I mean, he's going to be the big man. He's going to be something decent there.
Jared Cook's still good, but I think Bennett is even an upgrade from what he was.
Well, Jared Cook, didn't he go to I thought he went to the Raiders.
No, I think he did.
Yeah, he got signed with the Raiders. So I think they upgraded for one with Martellus Bennett, and heck, he could win 2 Super Bowls back to back for different teams. I think it's definitely a possibility. I think looking at this, like one of the teams that probably have made out the best with some free agent signings might be the Titans, because one of their biggest things is they had a terrible secondary last year, and now they end up signing what was his name? I just lost all train of thought. Logan. They signed Logan from the Pats. Somehow they were able to get him away.
Yeah.
There was some other DB they signed. I can't remember.
Where'd the dude from Houston go? He went to
Jacksonville.
Right?
Yeah. I was gonna look up and see what their transactions were. Transactions.
How do you feel about old Alshon signing a 1-year deal in Philly?
He bet on himself, so he signed a 1-year, $14 million or something like that. Pretty hefty contract for 1 year, but he could have went anywhere and signed like a 5-year contract, but he wanted to do that 1 year and just see what happens.
But isn't like the wide receiver franchise tag around that same thing?
I don't know. Let's look. Wide receiver franchise tag. And franchise tag for wide receiver was $15 million.
Yeah, so
15.7
for 1 year. Hey, give it to him. See what happens.
Well, it's like Kirk Cousins. His is $22 million this year.
Which is nuts that they won't sign him to a long-term deal. But Good for Washington.
I don't understand how they like. What do they like? What does he want? Like, what's so ridiculous that it's Andrew Luck money?
Yeah.
So they think it's just cheaper to pay him the top dollar every year.
Yeah. Can we talk about how the defending Super Bowl champions got better?
Yeah, I know. Can't believe some of the people they signed.
Who did they lose? They lost Logan, right?
Yeah, they lost Logan. And they
turned
lost
around,
Woodyard, too, I think.
Yeah, they turned around and signed Stephen Gilmore. They kept Dante Hightower, which is huge.
Yeah, they ended up re-signing him.
And
they got Brandon Cooks through that trade.
Yeah, which, I mean, I was talking about this the other day that I don't know how I feel about Brandon Cooks as a – I mean, I don't think he's going to be tearing it up like Moss did up there. Because I just think Tom Brady's getting old. He finally showed that like downside that he can't throw it 50 yards through the air the entire game. So,
yeah, but he said he was going to play 7 more years.
Can his arm do that?
I don't know. They did. One of the things though that playing up there this year, Chris Long didn't like have that good of a year. Like he didn't have a phenomenal year. It was okay, but he dipped out already. So he got signed by the
Eagles. Right?
Yeah, Eagles today. So I think that'll be actually a pretty good go for him. Much better suited. He's going to be on the opposite side of. See, this is what you take off 2 months. You got to get back in the mindset of everything.
Yeah. Well, the Eagles let go of Connor Barwin.
They're where is he? Did he get signed yet?
I'm pretty sure he went to San Francisco.
He's on the other side of no, with Fletcher Cox. That's what it is. So they'll have Chris Logan and Fletcher Cox on the same side.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
One of them is getting through.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just looking at it, all these people out there. Who, as a Bronco fan, who is the one player left out there you don't want?
That I don't want?
Yeah.
Jake Cutler. But no, me as a Broncos fan, what I don't want is Tony Romo to be anywhere near that team. Unless he's on the other side throwing picks. People they're looking for. I mean, there's several people I want them to get, but now today, so a couple years ago, they put in that new CBA out. And I was looking and reading about some of the stuff, and like teams could borrow up to $4.5 million to put in their salary cap in earlier years, but you had to pay it back by 2017. Well, earlier, the Broncos had like 16 mil, and now they have 11 to spend on quite a few people.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Ryan Clady's still out there.
I know. Some guy we actually traded away to the Jets for a pick.
So is Fitzpatrick.
Well, so like looking at some of the players out there, like players that I think could probably go in and make an immediate impact on some places, like wherever you got D'Angelo Williams. I mean, I think he's got some gas in the tank still. You got Zach Brown still out there. TJ McDonald's is out there. We said AP earlier. Yeah, LeGarrette Blount, who isn't necessarily a starter, but definitely is one of those 1 yard away from the goal. Let's give it to him.
Well, yeah, he had the most touchdowns in the NFL. I'd rather pay LeGarrette Blount $6 million a year than Adrian Peterson $8 million.
Well, you also have Jamal Charles out there. How did he go away from Seattle without a contract?
Who, Adrian Peterson?
Jamal Charles.
I don't know, man. It's because his knees are fucking shredded meat.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some people out there that know they're going to go places. Like, I don't think Colin Kaepernick is going to get signed until probably middle of the summer.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is, say you're somebody like Cleveland. Or who else has a shitty quarterback? The Jets.
The Jets don't even have anybody.
Or even like Buffalo.
Well, even freaking the 49ers. Like, their quarterbacks are like Matt Barkley. Blaine Gabbert's not even one of their quarterbacks anymore. Oh, they got nobodies.
I'm sure they didn't sign Tim Tebow.
Dude, somebody should.
No, it's funny because I think this this is like the one free agency that wasn't like mind blowing. It was like,
Well, it's like people that, for the last somewhat, 5-6 years that we thought that they're great players. They're really good, and then they get released and they're not signed by anybody. Like
Yeah.
I did not think that it'd be 2 months in the free agency and AP hadn't been signed by anybody. I thought he'd be swept up in the first week.
Hey, man.
But maybe he's just asking for too much money.
It's that, and you're paying for damaged goods.
AP is one of those guys, though, like, he had the best year of his life the year after he tore his knee.
Yeah.
You tore it a second time, you're not going to have the second best year of your life. But well, let's talk about old Las Vegas. I think we all thought it was going to happen.
I think the big question is why did the Dolphins say, nah, we don't want you to go?
Like, well, yeah, why were they the one team? I figured it'd be like Arizona, maybe even Denver, who knows. But teams that are around that market that they'd be like, nah, you're not, nah, we don't want you to move. Or even the 2 LA teams.
Right. I mean, it was one of those things. I'm shocked like San Diego didn't make a huge push to say, hey, we want you. Because that basically means San Diego is not going to have a team for a hot minute.
Yeah, no, I mean, they may not ever have another team. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what's going to suck.
So what if San
They
Diego...
went from having like almost every sporting type of team ever to now they have the Padres. Like they once had the Clippers. They once had the Rockets. Didn't they have a hockey team at some point? Maybe they didn't have that one. And then now they had the Chargers. And before, I was thinking they had somebody before the Chargers. No. Chargers have been there since they started. So
yeah, it sucks. I mean, you got to look at it. It's a cutthroat business. I think all Mark Davis wanted was a new stadium. He wanted his Jerry's World.
He's getting one. It's going to be lavish. It's going to have casino lights on every seat.
Absolutely.
Just think, like this stadium,
you could gamble right there.
Yeah, this stadium might have a sports book in it.
Dude, that tells me I will never, ever, ever bet on the Raiders.
It's true. Some Pete Rose type stuff. And I think that's one of the things, like, how did it get to this where the NFL actually approved one in Vegas? Because I always felt like Goodell made people cancel events. Like Tony Romo had that fantasy football event in Vegas, and he had to cancel it.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, I know it's an addiction where it's like, oh, I'm going to win this next time. I'm going to win this next time.
Yeah.
But
keep trying.
There's no difference between betting $20 on the spread or a straight up game and spending 40 on fantasy football for the year.
I think the only difference with some of that is, at least with fantasy football, it's not just a game. You know, it's 15 games.
All right.
And you have a little bit of control over it by being able to like pick up certain players and outthink your opponents versus you bet on a spread or you bet on a game. Like it's literal luck unless you're playing in them.
So how much money did you win on MTSU in that first round of the tournament?
$96. 96. Put $100 on them. And they won. They finally came through. I was looking at here at some of the things. What about Nick Foles going back to the Eagles?
Hey.
New regime.
I mean, that's a good backup.
The thing is, though, and their head coach was the assistant at KC, and that's where he came from. So obviously, I liked him. If you had to pick between these three quarterbacks, which would you take on any team? Colin, RG3, Jay Cutler.
Oh goddamn! Probably Colin Kaepernick.
You think?
Yeah.
He's been in the NFL 1 year longer than RG3.
Yeah, he came out of Nevada, man. Nobody knew about him.
Nobody should know about him still.
I don't
What
know.
about,
I think out of those, well, Jay Cutler doesn't give a fuck.
Mr. I don't care.
Like, you got to think how many weapons he's had for so long.
What if he just went to the Jets and like destroyed? Like had a Ryan Fitzpatrick type season.
Then asked for 14 mil the next year and
Yeah.
throw
and
six picks in a game.
Get 12 mil instead. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I would go. I think Colin is just one RG3. I don't think RG3 can read a fucking defense. I don't think Colin can either. I don't trust Jay Cutler.
RG3 just runs. That's his like go-to.
But I feel if I needed a running quarterback, I'd rather have a quarterback that can run over somebody in Colin Kaepernick than.
Cool, but I keep yawning. I have no idea why. I don't think Colin Kaepernick can run anybody over.
He's a pretty big dude.
I mean, he's lanky. That's the thing, though. I think he's faster than a lot of people, but I think if he actually like squared up on a DB or something, a DB might be able to take him down.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler wouldn't make it past the offensive line. So
no, because he's too busy lighting the cig.
The Jets deserve him because if you want to see a butt fumble, the dude will do it while lighting a cigarette.
So, yeah, how do you feel about the Broncos now having to play two games a game in Vegas? It's closer.
I'll probably actually go to one.
Yeah, I already told Abby I'm going to the first game there.
Like I would never go to Oakland. I don't plan on dying in Oakland.
I might have to make a trip out to O.co before it gets burned down to the ground.
Well, I mean, I always told Wilson if he ever went to the game, I'd go with him and just wear gray. Because I want to go to most of the stadiums, and now like teams are leaving or building new ones, and I can't I've never been to the Charger Stadium, so that one's out. I should just drove by it this weekend and like pissed on the floor or something.
You drop all your stuff off at the
team buildings, corporate headquarters. I ain't got a whole lot else this week. I know next week we're gonna talk about a little bit of draft, and the week after that we're gonna actually roll out our mock draft and tell you who we think is gonna go where. Last year we were very unsuccessful with that.
Oh, I mean, what we're
as far as like our picks.
Oh yeah, but you got to think we still had 14, 15. Actually, it wasn't even that much. Shit, we did do bad.
I think we had 8 right picks or something. If that, it was rough. It was so funny. I will say it was so funny. Us all sitting there, and we got on the red carpet and stuff like that. But when we got to the bar, and Tunsil still had not been drafted, and it's like going on like 12 picks or something like that. We're like, dude, we had him like 4th overall. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
And you know what's funny? When did we find out about the weed thing?
When we were at the bar.
Where that beer got spilled on you?
Yeah, I hate my life. You guys got closer than me, and then I had to get stuck by this shitty 49ers fan who apparently was the biggest one.
Man, at least you weren't next to a shitty fucking Ohio State fans. Fuck that guy.
Oh.
I'll post a picture of that piece of shit.
I don't get why there were so many. Like, I understand a lot of Ohio State people in the draft, but God bless. How did they get in there? Like, how did One Iota even let them in there when they were wearing Ohio State shirts?
Just because of Zeke.
I love how like all the like pictures that you can look at like red carpet, because I was right above like the camera wall. I'll have like the weirdest face, like soured face, like looking at people. And I remember Hargraves walked by and he had that crazy hair, and like there's some look on my face like what the fuck? Like just looking at him.
Yeah, I don't know. It sucks that none of us has gotten an email yet so far about it.
Nah, I don't know. And like you were talking about it even before we started this, like haven't you got an email that said like, "Whoops, you suck, you didn't get
Psych.
in.
Yeah. Either way, I mean,
Make sure and buy an NFL draft cap."
yeah, I'll still buy a football, but
Buy or take.
we'll have to look up. We got to go to Geno's.
Oh, yeah, Pats all the way.
Geno's and Pat's. I'll eat too.
We'll go to both. We're gonna have to look up Uber and stuff and figure out how like far each of it's at. But I do have a buddy. So Craig, I don't know if you've met Craig or not. Who will be at the draft too? And he lives near Philly, so we might have a person that can drive us around and stuff.
That's what Uber's for, man.
Oh yeah, actually, I want to go to Geno's. Pat's is the one that sucks. I was just looking at which one was on which corner. Wait, hold on. I lied. Oh my god, internet work. Pat's is the good one. That's the one where you order Whiz with. Can I get a Whiz with? Whiz with? Geno's is the one that has the big storefront. Pat's is the one where you like, it's just looks like a shitty hole in the wall. Geno's looks like it should be on like the Jersey Shore or something.
But yeah, I find it crazy that they're literally catty corner. I don't know. It should be it'll be fun.
Yeah, they're right across from each other. No, it'll be good. I think we'll have a lot of fun. I think it'll definitely be good. But this is about it for this week. Do check us on Twitter, on Facebook.
Yep. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. And of course we have our website, ffdraftplus.com. And if any Chattanoogan's are want to play some flag football, we also have leased our brand out to them.
Yeah,
for low prices, $0.
I might be able to put together a Wrigley team.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We just gotta talk to Frank. Frank will get it going. Definitely.
Yeah. I won't be playing on it because I really like playing with you guys, and
yeah, hopefully all these guys will stay together, which I think so. We've been having some fun. So
yeah, I think
Tyler may be the only one that bails out.
Which one's Tyler?
The guy wears dolphin stuff. Looks like Brian Hartline.
Right. No, I mean, I kept calling Chad Chris and Chris Chad.
I do the same thing. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I keep calling your brother's name.
So.
All right. What's it for this week, everybody? Check you later.
See ya.